Zach Maslany now making his way to the stage. Maslany in the black and white. Expect fireworks, ladies and gentlemen.
It's Zach from 10th Planet Bethlehem.
10th Planet Bethlehem.
Veritable dream team of killers.
Him and JM
Yes, sir.
holding down the fort at 10th Planet Bethlehem.
Great technique. He's
He's a beast. He's a savage.
excellent coaches, I have to say. Great guys, JM and Zach.
That's a beautiful.
Great guys, JM and Zach.
Veritable dream team of killers.
He's a beast. He's a savage.
Zach from 10th Planet Bethlehem.
10th Planet Bethlehem. It's 10th Planet Bethlehem. It's a bit.
Great technique. He's
It's 10th Planet Bethlehem.
Zach's Corner is back up in business. I don't know why I'm doing that with my voice, but what's up, everybody? Zach's Corner, episode 19. I had to take some time off. Well, I didn't have to take some time off, but I did take some time off from the podcast. Not that I was even thinking about it. I wasn't thinking, should I take some time off? I've just been busy. I just haven't had the discipline enough to sit down and knock it out. But it is Monday, March 11th. I got my coffee chilling here from the ye old coffee machine I just made a coffee with, and I'm feeling good. I've gotten back, I don't even remember the last one I did, but I think we were at Combat Jiu-Jitsu with Thor, and then we came back and we had the Finishers Tournament. So it's a tournament, submission-only tournament that we won, very similar to EBI. Shout out to Keith Krikorian for taking the Finishers title once again, this time at 145, I believe it was. I can't remember, but we're working on a whole new website. Sean, our boy, he's putting in work, and we're going to have a whole new Finishers website up. The next Finishers tournament will be Finishers 9. I have to look at some dates. People are asking me right now, but let's see here. I don't know exactly. I think it's going to be in May. I'm pretty sure it's going to be in May. All women's event, super fights, and 16 female division for $2,500. So you might have heard that. What you heard in the background was my dog eating food. One of my dogs eating food and drinking from her bowl that was Little Merlot, trying to make an appearance on the podcast. Her and Ziggy just chilling right now. They've been good all morning. But so anyways, Finishers Tournament. It's going to be all women's event. Probably get 3 big super fights. Get a grip, maybe 10, 15 other super fights. And then 16 female division, 115 pounds. And it's gonna be cool. I'm excited to do an all women's event, and a lot of the events, I've been putting on, a lot of women. There's a lot of very talented women out there in jiu-jitsu, and I've been following the women's scene for a while now, especially sub only, which isn't huge, but I've been following it for a while because obviously Little Grace has been, kicking butt and taking names. A lot of people have been asking me about her, and I feel like sometimes people just want you to, not that they want you to fail, but they almost want you to trip up a little bit. Sometimes people ask me, they'll say, hey, haven't seen very many pictures of Grace lately. Is she even training with you guys anymore? And it's first of all, you asking me that, I feel like I want to punch you right between the eyes because, it's kind of an asshole comment to make. And, because if she wasn't for some reason, it's what are you trying to poke fun at me that she doesn't train with us anymore? I don't get it. I thought we were friends or colleagues or whatever. I don't even know why we're in a conversation. If you're talking to me like that, I just want to knock you out. But yes, Grace is training with us. She had to take some time off. She had bursitis in her knee. It got infected. So she's got a little bit of a scar, but she's back. She's wearing knee pads. she's wrestling. She's still, she's still doing jujitsu probably 4 or 5 times a week at least. Takes a couple days off here and there. I mean, she's not the robot of once when she was a kid. When you're a little kid, man, you can really pretty much put up with a ton of training. Your body is like rubber and doesn't get sore like that. Once you start getting a little older, and Grace is so good, she doesn't need to train insane every day. She just needs to be in shape, continually strength and conditioning, make sure, her body is healthy. That's number one. That's, I've been totally changing my tune a lot. I've been telling our guys some of the guys to take a break, pick and choose what tournaments or events you're going to do. You don't have to do every single one. You don't have to jump on every friggin' tournament that pops up. Because some of them are whack, in my opinion, and some of them just, what are you doing for yourself? Like, are you going in there, and, you're getting a few wins, but your legs are getting ripped on or whatever the situation is, and you got to be safe. Like, you want to be able to do this for a long time. You don't want to just train insanely hard for 3 years and blow your stack and then you're toast. It doesn't make sense, right? So be smart out there, kids. Unless you're Keith Krikorian, it's probably odds are not good to be competing every single weekend. Some people can put up with it. Like I said, when you're a little bit younger, you can. As you get older, it's not smart. Sometimes also, too, you can start picking and choosing and maybe like preparing better for big events, because I truly believe in, like, there are outliers out there. Keith is like 1 in a million, but, there are other guys too that pretty much compete every single weekend. They're doing really good and they win almost every match and they're competing like beasts every weekend. But here's the thing. I really feel like when you're competing every weekend, you're not giving yourself a chance to really, get better. You're not giving your chance to add new skills. You're just every week cutting weight or getting ready for another match. And it shows, it really shows. Like, I want our purple belt guys, like, if you're wondering, like, some of our guys are not just our guys, but like a lot of guys, like, if you kind of get stuck or you feel like you're in a rut, like if you've been a purple belt for a long time, you need to add more skills. Just leg locks and defense, is not just, it's not going to get you to brown belt. Like, in me and JM's eyes, getting you to brown belt is being a jack of all trades. You can do a little bit of everything. You have specialties. Like, when you're a purple belt, you have specialties. I feel like when you're a purple belt, you gain like your like specialty moves. Like, what's your best shit that you can even tap a guy a little bit better than you with? Like, what is it like? Is it heel hooks? Is it just like you're another 1 in a million heel hook guys? Or is it like, maybe Kimura trap is your thing? Or maybe like you all of a sudden you got an insane guillotine, or like you got a really good truck. You're getting good at back takes, or like, who knows? Like like Quinn, for instance, one of our purples, Quinn, he's got like a move that's like a pretty high percentage for him. If he gets to the New York necktie, as he calls it, if you get to the New York necktie or the Pennsylvania necktie or whatever we're calling it, if you get to that, that's been features on Rubber Guard Assassins before. If you get to that New York necktie, he's probably going to toast you. I can't let him get me there. If he gets me there, I'm out. You know what I mean? Like, he's a purple belt. He's not very much, he's strong as fuck, but he's not that much heavier than me. And, he put me to sleep with that shit. And then some people, it's their guards. Some people got really good triangles. Like, we got some blue belts. Talis, he's got a pretty solid guard. But there's a lot of stuff that, like you want to fill. When you're a purple belt, you really want to fill holes. Like, I started working on passing the guard when I was a purple, and now I'm a black belt, and I really feel like I'm just starting to, get good at it, to where like I'm teaching it at seminars, I'm teaching different passes, and I'm teaching, and I don't have like the smashiest, passiest, like game, if you will, but I'm getting good at that. I'm learning little tricks that work for me, and the only way I can do that is by throwing myself into the fire and really trying to work on that one thing that's not what I usually do. It's not how I usually pull off submit. It's not how I usually pull off passes. Like, I used to, I really like to pass from the outside and M1 pass and all that stuff, but sometimes I have to get in there and get like that clinch game going. I really like, my boy Zach Makovsky, shout out to him. He's back up at TriStar right now, but I really like to pass from positioning my head on the other side when I'm in top half, and then using my hand and leg to like free my leg in half guard, and then pass the guard. So there's a whole bunch of stuff out there now. There's the floating passes. I really like those. I really like diving on the neck. That's just another way, passing the guard with, if you watch the TriStar channel, where Zach, mainly trains out of, up in Montreal with Faraz Sahabi and the crew. If you watch his channel, he's got a whole video on the TriStar channel. It's kind of a tongue twister. Say that 3 times. TriStar channel, TriStar channel, TriStar. Actually, it's not that hard. But anyways, if you watch that, he's showing how to pass with just an front headlock. Like I pass the guard with front headlock, do everything with front headlock. Same thing, diving on the neck and just getting the front headlock and using that to settle the guy down and then eventually pass the guard. Hey, it's not, you don't have to go through the legs. You don't have to pass with the knee slice. You don't have to pass with leg drag. You can pass with other things. So yeah, pasa la guarda. That's what I usually yell out. And I'm really trying to get our guys more into standing passing and, also smash passing to Eddie. He did a seminar up in New York and that was pretty cool. I got to be his partner for that, and he was doing all the moves on me and stuff. And I learned a lot when when you have to be Eddie's partner, because you got to be locked in. Whether you've eaten however milligram edible before or not, you got to be locked in. You got to be ready to rock. Like when he's doing the moves to you, if you're not paying attention, he's going to get pissed. He's going to be like, yo, roll over this way. No, this way. Like, come on, dog. You don't know how to. Or like when he's got to put you in the move and you have to go backwards and like redo it and like come up from the other side. Like it's his knees messed up and he wants me to flip him in a truck or put him in a twister or something like that from the opposite side. If you don't know that shit, you're going to look like a jack off in front of a whole bunch of people. So you got to know the game. And that's one of the reasons why, Eddie will use me and JM, I believe, is because, we know the 10 planet game and we know what he's teaching us. Not like I go up there and I don't know the truck. What? How do I flip the truck? But B-Mac, I don't know how to flip the truck, that type thing. So that's an inside joke. But yeah, like you got to know that you got to know your stuff. And I learned a lot when I'm up there. And like what Eddie was saying was right about passing people's guards with, really good leg locks. And, there's a lot of guys with really good leg locks. And, thankfully I have a bunch of guys at my school that are really good at leg locks and have a lot of leg lock finishes. So when I go against them, I don't try to leg lock them. I will use that. I will grab their legs. I'm not giving away too much of my strategy, but I will grab their legs and I'm not really trying to enter their legs too deep or anything. I'll catch them slipping if they're really going to let me counter them. But even that, if they throw something on me and I counter them, they might be countering the counter. So I'm just trying to pass. I'm trying to work my pass game on that guy and really not get swept and stay on top and clear and, pull my legs out at the right situations and not let myself get too deep and just wait for them to make a mistake and then eventually capitalize on it. That's what I'm trying to do against the leg lockers. When the other guy is on top of me, again, if the guy's a full-time leg locker, I'm trying to stand up. I'm trying to push him away, get my butterfly hooks in, and, either trying to take the back somehow or just stand back up and make him pull guard so I can pass again. So a lot of strategy going on when it comes to passing the guard against leg lockers. And I don't know why we're talking about that. But anyways, let's move on from there. Let's go on to, I don't know, what should I talk about? There's so much stuff going on, guys. It's so crazy. Like, I'm just super blessed to be a part of all this. And, I think I went on a little trip with my wife. That was cool. We got back. We've been doing a bunch of stuff here. She's going to be working for a local yoga company called the Yoga Loft. So I'm excited about that. Kat working really hard. Her podcast is going good. Life with Kat. Haven't been able to get the Finishers podcast in lately, but we are definitely going to do it again soon. We're going to get that going. I really, I missed the Finishers podcast, but it was a different time. It was a different era. So I just keep you guys busy with this for now. What else? Upcoming dates. It's like I've been calling this seminario season, but we've had a ton of seminars, and I'm very thankful for everybody having us out and, believing in us and allowing us to teach at their school. I mean, I don't just allow anyone to teach at our school, and I can tell you a story about that. But we just got done teaching a seminar at Animals MMA. Like I said, we were at the grand opening of 10 Planet NYC. So if you want more information, if you're in the New York area, if you're not training at 10P NYC or at least doing drop-ins and paying Ray and CC money, you're fucking up. That's all I'm saying. This weekend, I don't know, this will probably come out later this week. Like I said, it's Monday afternoon right now, and we're going to be teaching at Marshall Way MMA. That's the grand opening of 10th Planet Newton. Not Newtown, Newton, and that's in Jersey, and that's St. Patrick's Day, but I really don't care. What do you want me to do? Dress up like people are like, dude, what do you mean? It's St. Patrick's Day. Who gives a fuck? It's St. Patrick's Day. So what? What do you want me to do? Dress up like a leprechaun? I'll go get a freaking green beer later, all right? But at least you can get your workout in and support the squad up at Marshall Way. Don't give me that, oh, I can't train today. It's St. Patty's Day. Shut up. Just get out there. It's close. It's Jason Ramos, Jason Miley. They got a really awesome crew out there, a bunch of people coming down. So I'm really excited to teach class up there. It's going to be dope. We're going to do like a ribbon cutting thing. and, drop kick a few people in the crowd, kiss some babies, give some Indian burns out, who knows. Then following that, the 23rd, Brian Pabon stepping back in the cage. I believe that's close to Atlantic City. So we got that going on. I'll be teaching at the school all week, so if anyone's looking to come down, get a lesson or something like that, holla at your boy. Come down, take class with me. Kids class is going good. Follow the 10P Mini Goons on Instagram. Let's see, we got the 24th. We're teaching at Stay Enflux. We've been there twice already. That's Chris Torres, Colleen Daly, and in Washington, D.C., Stay Enflux. So look them up. They got the thing online too. I'm really pumped for that. We get a chance to go to New York City, Yonkers, Florida, all these different places and teach, Washington, D.C. It's really exciting, man. It's cool to step on all these mats. And like I said, I'm blessed to be a part of it. And, obviously we make money, which is really dope to get to save up some dough. But it's like, we when you look at it from a martial arts perspective, you're like, damn, like I get to like teach at all these places. And like, I'm one of the guys, like, they have like Craig Jones come through, like, oh, I taught at that school too. Or they have, this guy teaching through, and everyone helps each other out. And the seminars I'm working on is Javi Vasquez. I haven't been able to schedule with them yet. I got to work on that. That's my fault. So shout out to Javi. He's been on the Finishers podcast before. I want to have him come out, work some, strikes, jiu-jitsu for strikes for MMA guys, and combat jiu-jitsu, all that good stuffs. And then also I want to, towards the end of the summer, I just got talking to Marcel, hopefully have John Jock, the one and only John Jock Machado, come out for a seminar. 2-day seminar, hopefully at B-Town. So I'm really pumped for that. I don't have dates or anything for that yet, but then let's see, the 30th I'll be at UFC in Philadelphia if anyone wants to come out and see me there. Just kidding. And then the 31st, Joey, my boy Joey from California, he's from the LA Jiu-Jitsu Club. Actually met Joey Haas in California after EBI3, which is, if you can look up when EBI3 was, that was a long time ago. And EBI3, Grace was in that. That was the first EBI that Grace was in. And met Joey afterwards. I think he competed in EBI3. And Joey's just a man. Him and Eric Medina, such cool guys. I love them dudes. Like, they helped us out so much in the beginning when we couldn't afford hotels or Airbnbs or cars and everything. They picked us up. We stayed at their place. I slept on the, couch. They had couches and mats, and like they let our whole crew come there. Got to hang out with some of the guys, and man, they give up their beds and stuff for us. And those guys are the man. So pumped to have Joey out here, and he's doing all types of stuff. He's a very motivational guy. I love having conversations with him. I want to get him on the podcast really bad. I got to figure out how to Skype people in so I could just talk to him and stuff. But maybe I'll get him when he's here. But yeah, Joey's super motivational, inspirational dude, like out there, doing all the stuff. Like, he got certified for Wim Hof. I mean, dude, that's like one of the things that I'd love to, get involved in. And I found out he was involved in it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm scared as shit of doing the ice baths and stuff because I get cold as hell. But you know what? I want to step outside of myself and like really push myself. It's like setting myself. I don't know why I do this. It's like setting myself up for MMA fights and stuff. And jiu-jitsu matches. It's like, dude, I could retire, but instead, I have these things set up for myself that scare the hell out of me, and I end up doing it anyways. And after the whole time, I'm nervous, and afterwards, I feel great. I'm like, wow, even if I didn't like win, or if I couldn't do the whole 2 minutes or whatever, like, I'm giving everything an honest shot. Like, I'm at least going out there and trying and seeing what I can make, seeing what I can make of whatever it is that I'm trying. Like, it doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be ice baths or martial arts type shit. It could be whatever you want. You could just get out there and try something else. Get out there and, do something different. I mean, I was watching this 2020 thing yesterday about some guy who, his wife of 27 years just left him. And this guy was rich, but he was a doctor, and his wife just left him after 27 years. Basically just everything evaporated, had 3 kids, and wife left him for another guy after 27 years. And then she ended up getting, the guy ended up murdering her and then murdering himself, which is very sad. And then the dad was lost, had to take care of the kids, never had time to grieve. Anyways, he just out of the blue just stepped outside the box and went to a dance class. Now, that's not my repertoire. I'm doing ice baths and like trying to control my, body temperature, regulate my own human body temperature like I'm a human thermometer. But, maybe that's if you're listening to this and, maybe it's running. Like my sister Jen just got super into running over the past, 15 years. Well, I mean, not she just got into it, but she out of nowhere got into running. She wasn't a huge runner. She had a knee injury in high school, and then bam, she's freaking into running, my wife, she gets into stuff like, and she sticks with it. And that's the thing, like you step outside the box, and I think that's one reason why me and Kat really get along, is because she's always willing to try different things. Like we always say we go on adventures because like we'll just show up at a place and just drive around and look at some shit, and oh man, sometimes it doesn't amount to nothing, but sometimes we end up like stumbling upon things that are like we didn't even know they were there. So that's really cool. And yeah, so just jump out there and try shit. But Joey's going to be doing the Wim Hof method March 31st. So just slide into my DMs. You can follow me on Instagram at Zach Maslany. It used to be at Big Z-Man 23, but Eddie Bravo told me to change my Instagram name so that way people could find out who the hell I am. So those of you guys, that's a pro tip out there. If your Instagram name is something stupid and we can't find, like if I have a hard time finding you when I'm trying to like put you in for something or tag you, I give myself like 3 minutes. If I can't find your name and I can't remember off the top of my head that it's like, Trailer Park Boys 69 420 the mom or whatever, it's dude, I'm not. So I don't know. Like some of you guys, like Devin, shout out to Devin Vogel, one of our purple belts. He's got it's barrel aged Gogo Plata. Now I remember that because that's like a really catchy one. But again, if it's something dumb or if it's like a letter and then 3 numbers or something, like dude, I'm not gonna. I remember Relentless Worldwide. I remember Naples Syrup. I remember there's a bunch that I remember. I remember Russian Style 10p. So there are guys out there that I remember, but the Cerberus, Marvin, but most of the time, like I think it's just smart. Have your name and then put what you do afterwards. But if you're a philanthropist like me, then you won't put anything afterwards. You just put your name and you just rock with it. So yeah, that's pretty much March, busy as hell. And then some of you guys may have already heard this, but we would have loved to have been at the Kasai Pro tournament, but and we had a seminar at 10 Planet Long Island, but it looks like we're gonna have to cancel both of those because Grace has been asked to be a part of the 10th Planet Quintet team, so we're really excited about that. That's going to be in Japan. We'd be leaving like April 3rd and coming back the 8th, so I'm having some anxiety about that airplane ride, but I'm hoping to take some horse tranquilizers and just pass out on the plane. So yeah, Gabe and Andrew and Thor and all the guys will be running the shop back home, and yeah, we get to go to Japan. So I never thought when I was working construction and doing all this stupid shit that I'd ever be going to Japan. And I would say like, yeah, I'm just gonna go to Japan. Why would I go to Japan? Like most people have no. Like, yeah, I'm going to Japan. What? Like, some people do. Some people love traveling. Most people are like, dude, I get 1 week off a year. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to the beach. I'm getting drunk down in OCMD. And hey, nothing wrong with that. I did that for years. But now that I'm in this situation that I have these students that love to bring me along for the ride. And listen, me and JM have to pay for our own flights when we go to all this shit. We write it off as business expense, but, we got to put all that shit out there. So, yeah, BJJ. And then after that, when we get back on... we're going to be teaching a seminar and doing a DVD with BJJ fanatics on the 10 Planet warm-ups and our little style. And so, like, all those years that me and JM complained that, we weren't getting the credit we thought we deserved. I mean, we really are now. So I got absolutely nothing to complain about. I really don't. Like, we are getting the credit we deserve, I feel. And, we're not the best of all time, but I know that we're great instructors and, we're good dudes and we're very open about, what we're up to. We don't like try to hide behind things. And, it's like local martial arts guys that I know, like, are like complete scumbags behind the scenes. And, they're just not good people and they just rip people off and they've been faking it for years. And I feel like, that's disrespectful to martial arts and it's disrespectful to people that you're taking their money. And I know about these guys and I know how they act. And, it's just funny to me. And then, for the longest time, like, they never wrote articles about us. They'd always do it about these things, this guy and the stupid restaurants opening up that no one gives a shit about. And then, like, here's some local place that no one gives a fuck about, but everyone's going to eat there. And the people aren't even from Bethlehem. They're from Nashville, Tennessee. And their dream was to open up a chain of barbecue places and make a ton of money. Like, oh, that's what their dream was? Yeah, okay. Well, we're local dudes who started from nothing and opened up a business here. And, no one ever did an article on us. And partially, I think it was because we never really put ourselves out there. Now, the newspaper did do articles on Grace, and like the Spanish news did articles on us and stuff. But again, you had to, I didn't realize you had to call these people up. And I'm stupid to think about how they would actually find out, that we did that. But, we've made some contacts before. And then a lot of times, business is really corny. It's like, it's the people who have money that can pay someone to come out and do an article on you. That's so dumb. So we just, Laura, shout out to Laura Ken, who writes our blog, and then also he works for My MMA News. So it's kind of like the mob when they hired when they, put the newspaper on payroll, and they just write your own articles. And that's kind of what we've been doing. We just work off word of mouth, and, we don't really give a shit. Although, shout out to Bill Magilton, one of our students. Bill's become a full-time professor at Northampton Community College. I think Bill's in his 40s, 50s, something like that. Maybe he's in his early 50s. He's been training with us for a while. Going to be a blue belt real soon. And he got us a deal with Northampton Community College, where I graduated from. I got my 2-year degree from Northampton Community College, 4-year degree from DeSales College. So they're both local schools, one in Bethlehem, one in Allentown. So they're going to do an article on our business for Northampton Community College handbook or whatever it is that they're giving out, which is awesome because we're alma maters and we both have degrees and we're the man. So I'm pumped up about that. So thank you, Northampton Community College. Thank you, bro. I'm pumped. Also, I'm going to go see the band Twiddle. Like, a lot of times I play rap and reggae, but Twiddle's like a reggae-ish band, but they're more like, I don't know, what do you say, folk? They're definitely not country, but check out the Jam Flow, man. Got me and my wife tickets for that. That's in April. And then I'm thinking May. My brother Mike is getting married, but I'm thinking in May is when we're going to do the next finisher tournament, and yeah, so on and so forth. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I got for you, man. I'm just pumped to get back on the podcast tip here and get this going. I did do my shout out to my boy Will Roosh. I did his podcast, Cylinder Radio, so check that out. I did a thing on there about teaching and coaching and stuff like that, and like just my experiences with it. So I'm excited about that. But I'm gonna send this over to my brother. It's been about a half hour, so I'm gonna finish my coffee. I gotta make some food and gotta get ready to go soon because I gotta go teach kids class. A bunch of our kids competed this weekend, did really good. So I don't know. I'm just, like I said, it's just been another one of these podcasts where I just feel really good about what's going on. I do have things that irk me, things that bother me and stuff that I want to fix about my own life. And, that's up to me to fix them, so I'm not going to get mad at it. I'm just going to keep, grinding in the Triz app and see what happens. So any inquiries or anything, you can always just hit me up on Facebook, slide in DMs on Instagram. If you want to email me, you can email me at finishersjujitsu@gmail.com, and we'll go from there. Check us out if you want to train with us, finishersmma.com, but we'll keep pumping these out. Like I said, I'm going to shoot this over to my brother. And we got some new sponsors too, so shout out to Set Apparel, shout out to Fuji. Also, two guys that work for Fuji Mats, so it's kind of like, a one hand washes the other type gig. So if you're interested in buying mats, talk to me. I'll hook you up with Fuji. Patrick is a really good guy. He was originally was the first guy who ever sold us mats in our first ever school, and now we just, on the comeback, we just met up again, and now we're back working together. So I'm excited to work with Patrick. Like I said, BJJ Fanatics, we're going to be teaching a seminar in Boston. We got a lot of stuff coming up, so stay tuned. Finishers TV. Shout out to Quentin. He's back. He had ear surgery, and I'm glad he's doing okay. He's back, ready to rock. Like I said, Grace is back. Thor's doing good. Tapping out Kevin Casey, Combat Jiu-Jitsu. We got the kids class. We got freaking, I don't know. I'm just doing all types of stuff. I'm taking my wife to Colorado. Like, I'm just really feeling, I'm living a blessed life right now, and I'm just pumped to be a part of it. So I want to get everybody, and the cool thing about it is, man, like, the harder I work, the more I just want to help everybody else out too, and just keep, we all help each other, and we just keep trying to get to the top in whatever we're trying to do. It don't even matter. Even if it's just trying to be healthy, even if it's just trying to, find some new friends or do whatever it is, this is the Finishers fam has got your back. So Shout out to everybody. I'm going to leave you at that. Have a great freaking week, my brothers and sisters. Peace.
Black Belt CBD has you covered for all your training needs. CBDs are all the hype right now because of their natural way to reduce inflammation and pain. Black Belt CBD has CBD protein powder, pre-workout, capsules, Zach's favorite muscle rub, and many more products. Go to blackbeltcbd.com and use promo code FINISHERS at checkout for 25% off.
Hey everybody, this is Paul Maslany, Zach's little brother. Some of you may know me, a lot of you probably don't, but that's okay too. I am Zach's podcast producer for Zach's Corner. I'm not the producer for Finishers. I produce podcasts for multiple shows. I am starting my own startup called PRM Productions. Anyone who's interested in starting their own podcast, producing a podcast, they need a podcast producer, they need someone to help them with audio for anything. I do a little bit of video production with it. We can get audio tracks and stuff up onto YouTube. Can also help out, there's one-time deals. We could do hourly rates. I have packages. They're all custom built depending on what you want and what you need. I can help with one episode. I can help sign on for a whole season. It's whatever you're looking for. Maybe you just want me to show you how to do the basics and help you launch your podcast. Then you can take over and do everything on your own. If you would like to hear any of my other work, I've produced all 3 seasons of a podcast called Leadership in Tech. The links for all of this will be in the show notes. I also produced another podcast called The Success Factor with Hernani Young. That was a short-lived podcast. He was trying to convert his book into a podcast, which isn't a bad idea, but I don't think he had the time for it. But any of you who want to make recording a podcast a priority, I can show you how to do it yourself, help you get started. I could help you run it and produce it if you want a professional quality podcast, so you record your episode. A lot of people start off, they record 1 episode a week. Just tell me what you want done, and I will return to you your finished product. I can get it up. I can get it online. Do your show notes. I can convert it to YouTube. I can get it on multiple platforms. There's other services are available as well. This is my first promo I'm releasing. You just give me the secret passcode, finish him. Finish him. And we will finish it together at a discount with that promo code. Reference the show notes for my email address to contact me for an estimate, as well as for several links. Or if you want to reach out to me right away, my email is paul@salt.io. That's PAUL at SALT.io. Peace.